Okay, now Venus, we talk about Venus in the fourth, in the fifth, and in the sixth house. Anyway,
Okay.
what does it mean that when you have Venus in those houses? Okay, now Venus comes here. This is what we call Venus in the fourth house. All right. Now, in the 12 houses, right? Venus is in the fourth house is one of the best positions for Venus. In fact, if you see that your girlfriend, especially if you're a guy, you see your girlfriend having a Venus in the fourth house, please marry her.
Mm.
Okay, why? Because if you can marry someone with Venus in the fourth house, the Venus will bring blessings to the family.
Mm. Wong
Okay,
Wong Fu.
you can say Wong Fu or Wong the whole family. Okay,
Mm.
why? Because fourth house talks about the family you create, you
Mm.
build. Okay, once you marry her, she becomes your family, right?
Correct.
Right? When Venus blesses her family, are you one of the family? Yes, ah.
Correct.
So, so please, okay, don't delay anymore. Venus in the fourth house, your girlfriend has this, go and marry her as soon as
来了来了。
possible. Like that. Okay. And then fourth house talks about mother. If you have Venus in the fourth house, it is important that you take care of your mom, right? Everybody will grow old, right?
Mm.
Some of people, they will like probably put their parents in nursing homes. Of course, there are many reasons why some people do that. But if you can, if you have Venus in the fourth house, take care of your mother. Let your mother stay with you, right? As much as possible, even if she is debilitated, she cannot go to the toilet or whatever, do all this for her.
Mm.
Okay, Venus will bless you a lot. And like I said, this is one of the best position for Venus. And
Mm.
this represents mother, right? Venus will definitely bless this person who takes care of the mother,
Mm.
right? Now, fourth
Wait,
house,
wait. Question.
yeah, sure.
So, on the reverse, does it also mean the same for if the women find a boyfriend with the Venus in the fourth house? Is it the same?
Yeah, okay. Venus is a significant of marriage, like
Mm.
I mentioned earlier.
Mm.
So, whether you're a woman or a guy, Venus represents marriage.
Mm.
So if your boyfriend has this, yeah, please go ahead. But
Okay.
the effect, right, will be even greater if you're a guy marrying a woman with Venus in the fourth house.
Mm. Because the woman also becomes a mom.
Yeah. Because
Double lah, double.
Venus, Venus is female energy lah.
Double on.
Yeah. Okay. So the fourth house talks about the conveniences, property. Okay, so for anyone with Venus in the fourth house, if you can afford, right, go buy a vehicle. Go get your first property as soon as possible. Once
Mm.
you activate your fourth house, you activate your Venus. Okay,
Mm.
so let's say, for example, you are not having a good time in your life, then maybe you want to ask, are you driving an old vehicle? If you are, then go and change the vehicle, change to a new one. Okay? Once you get a new car or a property, it activates Venus.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
All right. And of course, if you have this, you can also do very well in property line.
Mm.
Okay. So this is the source of wealth. Right. Venus comes here. This is what we call Venus in the fifth house. Now, what is fifth house? Fifth house talks about children. This means that for such a person, right, having children is good news for you. Every
Mm.
time you have a new child born, right, you become very blessed.
Wow. Okay.
孩子可以望你. This is
Ah.
the kind of chat, right?
Okay.
And
Ong liao, ong
and
liao.
yeah, and you should be the one taking care of your children. Don't leave it to the maid or domestic helper. You must be the one to educate, to take care of your children. Be more involved with the growing up phase of your children.
Mm.
Okay. If you always keep an arm's length, everything the maid do, then Venus will not take care of you. Okay. So
Okay.
children. Now, fifth house also talks about festivities, entertainment, creativity. Okay, so for people with Venus in fifth house, any problems that you face, right, you need to be creative. What I mean by that, it doesn't mean that you need to draw well and all. You need to find creative ways around your problems to solve them.
Mm.
Yeah, you shouldn't face the problem or try to solve the problem on face value. Okay, for example, Venus is relationship, right? Like I mentioned,
Mm.
you have problems in your work. Rather than facing what's the problem in work, you go around, find someone who can help in your work to solve them.
Mm.
This is what I mean by go around.
Mm.
Okay. Your boss doesn't like you, for example. Okay. Find someone who is on good terms with your boss, and especially if it's a lady, lah.
Mm.
Okay. Find that someone to go and talk to your boss.
Mm.
This is what the Venus is
Okay,
telling
so
you.
it's like a circumventing.
Yeah, correct. You want to tap onto relationship to help you solve problems.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you are in the entertainment line, good news, right? The more entertaining you are, the more creative you become, you are even wealthier,
Mm.
right? And if I'm not wrong, Taylor Swift has this.
Mm.
Okay. Interesting,
Mm. Interesting.
Okay, when Venus comes here, Venus is in the sixth house. Okay, now sixth house is actually not a very good placement for Venus because Venus feels weak.
Mm.
Okay, why? Because Venus is debilitated in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is where the original sign of the sixth house,
Mm.
right? But it doesn't mean that your Venus sixth house means you have a bad life all the way. No, it doesn't mean that. Okay, when you see your child, wow, my child's Venus in sixth house or Cham or this life, not true. Okay, Venus in sixth house just means that you need to serve. Okay, just now I mentioned Venus in the first house, you need to take care of yourself, right?
Mm.
Venus in the sixth house, you need to take care of other people. You need
Mm.
to serve. Volunteer yourself as much as possible. Right? Don't talk about, if I spend this amount of effort or time or energy, how much should I get back? Don't talk about that. Once you do that, right? Once you become very calculative, right? Venus is going to punish you.
Mm.
Just go and do. Just do it. You know, go and do volunteer work. Go and help old people. Go and help people. If your friends are in financial problems, for example, I'm not saying that you should be always the one helping them, but if you can help, help. Yeah. If your friends are in trouble and you know that not just monetary problems and
Mm.
you know that you can help, help. Like for example, like the example of that I mentioned about bosses having issues with you, right? And you know that you can help because you know that person's your friend's boss. You are in good terms with that boss. Volunteer yourself to go and talk to the boss. Hey, actually, it's not like that. It's a misunderstanding. Help other people.
Mm.
That's where you get blessings of Venus. Now, how do you so when Venus comes here, how do you make your money? I already said solving problems. For Venus in sixth house, if your job or anything that you do revolves around solving problems, that's the best. That's the
Mm.
best position. That's the best way to activate Venus. Always try to do things that help people to solve their problems. Okay, so you can be, for example, even in a emergency line and the ER. Okay, you are always helping. Helping people who got accidents. You do all this. You volunteer yourself. Wow, Venus will bless you a lot.
Mm. Cool.
Okay, cool.